Up next, the Nets taking on the Hornets. For the Brooklyn Nets, they're clear championship contenders. Showing commitment, endurance, they're showing everything. And they'll be on the road looking to take another step towards their championship goals tonight. Hornets, Nets, only here on 2K Sports. Hi everyone, greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Irving.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
So the Nets starting five. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Wilson Chandler. Then it's Joe Harris, and it's Durant, and it's Irving at the point. And for the Hornets, Monk and Batum, the wing. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Rozier in at the one spot. It's hauled in by Harris. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Brooklyn. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
And they had to scrape and claw to get the win the last time these two teams went head-to-head. It came down to a few key free throws at the end.
Yeah, you know, Greg, when a game gets snug or tight, that's where KG teams often execute and get easy offense. Either they get to the line or they get something inside, and if they do get to the line, they make them count.
Pass to Monk. Three-pointer. That shot off. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
Clark, right around the halfway mark, and some players starting to feel a little bit beat up, taking those bumps and bruises. Is it hard to decide which injuries to play through versus the ones that make you sit and miss a game?
You know, I don't think so. If you're a younger player, it may be a little more difficult, but as you've spent time in the league, you know your body. You understand what's an ache and a pain and something you can play with, or an injury that really hampers you. So I think as you mature in the league, it becomes much easier to know what's an injury and what's something that you can work through.
That word tolerance becomes pretty important, doesn't it?
Yeah, and everybody's a little different in that regard, Kevin. Some guys have a high tolerance, others have a low or moderate. But again, it's about knowing your body.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their fourth shot of the game.
Irving passes to Chandler. Goes back up. That shot is no good, and he's 1 for 3 from the floor. The Hornets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And there's the pass to Biyombo. 4 on the shot clock. He can't get that one to fall. Nice D from Chandler.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Irving's shot is good.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
Hornets trail by 7.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Irving. The finish, and Irving throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Now, here's Monk, guarded by Harris. Harris on the double team. Monk kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. From deep. Poked loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. Last touch by Kidd-Gilchrist. Making free throws a big key for any team. Let's see the best in the NBA. Number 1, the Nets.
You can't be careless when you play them. I mean, no wasted opportunities at the line. It's a team effort, and they're getting it done.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And one danger for this Hornets team, they can find themselves in that dreaded mode of mediocrity.
Yeah, you know, for a number of years, they've actually epitomized mediocrity. 500 pretty much all of last season until the very end. I think they either need to do a full rebuild and start from scratch or find a way to break out of this middle-of-the-pack path.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, James Borrego had a few minutes to share with me. He's looking to even the season series with a win tonight. He told me he knows his team can play better than they did the last time, and he thinks with the strong defense and shot blocking, they can make things difficult at that end of the floor. We'll see if they can impose their will tonight. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Obviously, they feel that's the strategy that will earn them the W.
And Kevin, when you're disruptive defensively, especially early on, that can help change the complexion of the rest of the game.
Exactly. I mean, because you're creating turnovers, getting into transition, playing in the open court against a defense that's not set, and hopefully getting some easy points at the other end. Boy, that was a pretty assist by Harris.
Dinwiddie against Harris. Prince's shot is good.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Nets leading by 9. Inside and stolen by Williams. And here is Harris. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Batum. He dishes it to Zeller. Dinwiddie against Harris. Fires the 3. Kept alive. Here's Zeller, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jared Allen. The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the night. That one misses.
Cody Zeller, his level of activity is really contagious. I mean, that's what I love about his game. Excellent hustler on both ends of the floor. And he does a lot of good work just by staying active.
The Nets shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And, you know, I really think the hard work they've put in the offseason and so far this year really making a big difference. I mean, they've made a huge improvement in their shooting at the line.
Hernangomez is checked in for the Hornets. Bridges dishes to Harris. Levert against Batum. Here's Hernangomez, and the shot is good.
You know, Batum is not just a scorer. He's a really good all-around player, very effective at finding the open man, too.
Dinwiddie outside. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Brooklyn holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
We've got Hernangomez. Bridges out there with Zeller. Then there's Batum, and it's Harris in at the point. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. And it's Harris with the ball for the Charlotte Hornets. It's a 10-point game. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. And last game, their bench came alive.
Allen, that one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Allen's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets. The Hornets shooting just 31% in the game. Harris outside. To the paint. And the layup's good off the glass. Hernangomez has got 4 this quarter.
And James Borrego, in his second year as head coach, wants an offense that relies on quick decision-making. They are looking to attack defenses early.
And, you know, that kind of offense, Greg, is one that's not easy to put into place. You've got to trust the players, and the players have to trust each other, and the players have to make good decisions. It's a steep learning curve, but I really think it's the ideal way to play once you get it all ironed out.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Miles Bridges. Monk comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Rozier in for Devin Harris. Brooklyn leading by 6. Here's Irving. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Rozier looking around. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Biyombo is checked in for Cody Zeller. And a change for the Nets. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Prince. Rozier the pass to Biyombo. And it's sent back by KD.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, for the last 5 years, the Golden State Warriors have been the colossus that stood over the NBA. There were thoughts that most teams were not willing to do things to be competitive, knowing that they could not beat the Splash Brothers, Draymond Green, and then Kevin Durant. But the Warriors lost to the Raptors in the finals last year, combined with the injuries to Durant and Klay Thompson, have opened things up. And for the first time in a long time, there are any number of teams in this league that believe it's their time.
Probably so. The West is strengthened. There's no doubt, DA. Interesting matchups coming up for sure. Thank you. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And here are the Hornets now. Hernan Gomez kicks to Rozier, knocks it loose, and stolen by Jordan. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
You take a look at Jordan. He's not too far away from a spot in the starting 5. A lot of votes have been coming his way.
And even if he doesn't get the fan votes he needs to become a starter, you have to believe he'll be a part of the Eastern Conference All-Star team.
And it seems like the anticipation just continues to build each year around this time of the season. Gonna be a fantastic weekend. All right, Clark, game is on the line. One free throw to make to win a big game. Who is up there for you?
I'd go with your colleague and mine.
Oh, yeah.
But since he's no longer in uniform today, I will go with Steph Curry and Malcolm Brogdon.
Great name.
You know, and he started off shooting it pretty well, but here in the second, he has started to falter.
Chandler comes with the double team. Hernan Gomez kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Back to Hernan Gomez. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Rozier. A 3. It's good from long range. Rozier's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
Count that one. And it's now only a 1-point Brooklyn lead.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. The 11-footer, and it's Rozier missing. The Nets have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Back to KD. Trying to end the drought. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. KD's got 5 points so far.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Yeah, and perimeter shots, though, Greg, not really falling at a good clip here. So I think they may have to back out of that a bit and not settle for those jump shots.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte, and a new group in for the Nets. Jared Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Odion Kurucs comes in for Wilson Chandler. Karis LeVert's checked in for Harris. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. 5 on the clock. Harris with it. Guarded now by Durant. Shoots it. And once again off the mark by Charlotte. Brooklyn leading by 4. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Yeah, you know what? Dinwiddie is very dependable at serving his teammates on the court. Seems like a natural leader.
And it's Harris with the ball for the Charlotte Hornets. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. And that'll be the 4th of this 5-game homestand. He feeds it to Williams. And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That is his first foul of the game. 29 seconds left in the first half of the game. Batum, good.
Batum is a great spot up threat. He's quick to get it off, and the stroke is pure.
KD passes to Kurucs. LeVert with a wide open look. And again, Brooklyn with the triple. Hornets trail by 7.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Harris, no good. Here's Kurucs. 4 seconds left. And then Durant with the dunk.
I like seeing Durant slam that one down. I mean, he's just powering it home thanks to that incredible position.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be back with you shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Brooklyn came out looking very confident. Tenacious on both ends of the floor, they took command early with a 13-2 run. After one, they held an 8-point advantage. At the tail end of quarter number 2, everything was clicking for them as they closed out the half on a 10-2 run. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, a more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
Looking at Charlotte, Kenny, your thoughts?
Well, one problem I see is that they're too timid on the board. When you start to fall behind in the game, you need to become more aggressive on the offensive glass and the defensive glass.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Nets leading by 9, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. Durant is out there with Wilson Chandler. Then it's Jordan. Then there's Irving. And it's Harris in at the shooting guard position. Here's Monk. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
The energy that Monk brings, I love it. I mean, when he's out on the floor, he's giving you everything he has.
Well, there are some guys that just look to score, Clark, whenever they can. And Malik Monk is one of those players.
Yeah, he's an electrifying offensive player. And he reminds me a little bit of the dynamic and it seems like ageless Jamal Crawford with his ability to score in bunches. Not saying that he ignores his teammates or anything like that. It's just that he's a scorer, and when he's on the court, that's what he's thinking about doing.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Lock at 6. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Here's Rozier. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's KD, and then Durant with the dunk.
Well, I love the speed that Durant has. I mean, fantastic at slashing into the paint and scoring right at the rim. That length of stride of his and his speed, lethal combination.
Rozier against Irving. Passes to Batum. Back to Rozier. Now Monk. He's got 9. Cans the 12-footer. Monk's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, I like seeing that strong mid-range J of Monk's. I mean, when he's got room to shoot it, he lets it go quickly and with ease.
Here's Chandler. Biombo with the block. Irving against Rozier. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Kicks it to Batum. In the corner, it's Monk. Takes the 3. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
You've got to get out on Monk now. He shoots a high percentage from outside the arc, and the form, perfect.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Charlotte. Williams comes in for Nicholas Batum. Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Bangs home the trifecta. Prince has got 8 points.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball business.
And Irving comes to help. Now the pass to Hernan Gomez. Rozier against Harris. Rozier the pass to Hernan Gomez. Count it. He's got 8.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Irving for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. And Gomez has got his 4th rebound in this one. Right wing, Monk, no one around him. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Nets leading by 5. Outside Jordan. Nets passing it around. A deep 3 from Irving. Jordan kicks to Irving. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Now let's take a look at the list of players who have been absolutely lighting it up. These are the NBA scoring leaders over the last 10 games. Kevin Durant is 2nd. Kyrie Irving 3rd.
These two guys are really enjoying themselves right now. It's been a scoring spree for both.
Charlotte calls timeout. Clark, I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Because I hear you talk, I'm thinking you'd be a perfect coach.
Well, a couple of things. One, coaching never lets up. It's always on you, and I've come to enjoy the fact that I can be fully immersed as a broadcaster and work with great guys like you and others, and then have a period of time where I don't have to be immersed in basketball, and I've enjoyed that. And I also haven't trained or prepared to be a coach because it is demanding in terms of the hours that you have to put in. And I've got a little more job security, I think, in the role that I serve as an analyst as opposed to what might happen if I did try to be a coach.
You've got all the security in the world, believe me. Pass to Monk. And then Monk with the dunk.
Monk is what we call a pure scorer. Even when he gets drilled by the defense, he stays with his shot.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. He's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
Harris finds Zeller. The shot, no good. Prince with the defensive effort. Harris against Dinwiddie. Hornets with the rebound. You were talking, Clark, about Allen's length and leaping ability. He's dangerous around the rim.
Boy, he sure is, guys. Still developing his skill game, but he's already more than serviceable at the offensive end of the floor. And we know he's a rim protector defensively. Good feet, gets up and down, has a nice touch and good hands. Boy, this guy is going to be some kind of player going forward.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Allen's got 5 points so far.
Well, I like seeing Allen get this kind of position because you give him the rock there, and he can take care of the rest.
Pass to Monk. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Harris has got 4 assists now tonight.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
To the inside, Prince. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Prince has got 7 points here in this quarter.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Monk with the ball. He's got 21. The dish now to Zeller. From deep. He's off on that one.
And I think Bridges has some real upside defensively. He's strong, athletic, and able to guard multiple positions. And that's what every team is looking for.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 5. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Monk and Batum, the wing. Bridges out there with Cody Zeller. And it's Harris in at the 1. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. And it's sent back by Allen.
Don't challenge him. Get that out of here. Allen's almost 7 feet now. He's got excellent timing and good bounce.
And here's Harris from the arc. Rebound, Brooklyn. They've led by as many as 11 points. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. KD kicks to Dinwiddie. Puts it up. Over Harris. The shot by KD. No good. Down low. Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down to 3 on the bucket from Bridges.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And there's the call on Durant. That'll be his second foul of the game. And And some changes here for the Hornets. Biyombo is checked in for Malik Monk, and it's Rozier in for Devin Harris. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Taurean Prince.
Boy, what an explosive play from Allen, getting off the ground quickly in that burst in athleticism. Impressive.
For Charlotte, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Passes it to Bridges, and there's the call on Durant. That's his 3rd foul of the game. So for the Nets, Joe Harris is checked in for LeVert, and Kyrie Irving subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. The pass to Rozier, and Irving comes to help. Pass to Batum from outside the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Batum not known for his outside shot, but I'd love to see him knock this shot down on a more consistent basis.
Irving with a clean look. Offensive rebound. Pass to Durant. Five to shoot. A second chance effort, and he sinks the layup. And the Nets lead by 4.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You just got to marvel at his greatness.
Biyombo, the pass to Rozier. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
And that one's good, Irving.
I mean, the airtight handle of Irving, just leaving defenders in his dust.
Rozier kicks to Batum. Back to Rozier. That's tipped, and so the ball is out of bounds. Rozier touched it last. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Sunday, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks coming into town. And then on Tuesday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards.
And for the matchup with the Bulls, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Here's Batum. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And it's Allen slamming it down.
Boy, Allen always a threat, especially when you give him room to run. He's capable of banging it home.
So Rozier will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They trail by 6. Charlotte calls timeout. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kevin Durant.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Zeller, and Monks subbed in for Miles Bridges. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear James Borrego coaching his team during the break. He is upset about the perimeter play. He told the guys on the defensive end, stay connected to the shooters. On the offensive end, if you don't have an open shot, pass it around. We'll see if the ball starts to unstick, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. Monk with the ball. Now Chandler defending. Goes up at the stripe. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Irving finds Durant. From downtown, it's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Kidd-Gilchrist. And slam dunk by Kidd-Gilchrist.
Kidd-Gilchrist knocking down the big shot there. Evidence that he wants to take the next step as a player.
Here's Irving to the middle. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. Hornets with the rebound.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Here's Monk. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and they'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Irving looking for an opening. Kid Gilchrist trying to free himself up. A nice shot by Irving.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Hornets trail by 6. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. Diambo, the pass to Rozier. Here's Batum. He's covered by Irving. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Monk. Inside, here's Kid Gilchrist. Money! And now they trail by just 4.
Hard not to love seeing Kid Gilchrist step up in the clutch, proving that he's a prime-time performer.
Durant, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Offensive rebound. Kid Gilchrist, no luck.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Jared Allen's checked in for the Nets. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're in front by 4. 35 seconds left to play here in the fourth. This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
24 seconds left in the game. Irving for 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
It sure was textbook, and Irving is fantastic in the screen roll. A solid decision maker in these sets, and he also can put it in the basket himself if he needs to.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
You know what? I'm sure crazier things have happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot, though.
Here's Nwaba. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. And we'll see you next time.